This single week has absolutely been the most important week of my golf reselling journey since I started it over 3 years ago. I found some absolutely incredible clubs that I cannot wait to share with y'all, and I have some news that could absolutely change the way that I sell golf clubs moving forward. Howdy y'all, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Daniel. I am a part-time used golf club reseller that focuses entirely on buying used golf clubs anywhere that I can find them and then reselling them on eBay for a profit. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please take a minute here to like and subscribe to the channel. This is going to be an absolutely action-packed video. The first thing I'm going to do is take you through my week of sourcing. I'm going to take you along with me into every store that I went into this week to show you which golf clubs I bought to resell on eBay. And then I'm going to take you through my top 10 sales for the month of March. I'm doing it a couple days early, but I'm going to show you all of my metrics. This channel is about transparency. So I'm going to show you what I buy the golf clubs for, what I sell them for, and all of the fees that come with reselling on eBay or other platforms. And that brings me to my most important announcement of this week, and that is stackedgolf.com. Based on all of my channel analytics, most of you know what Stacked Golf is, but Stacked Golf, for those of you that do not know, is a massive YouTube channel that is helmed by John and Ashley. They are a married couple out of Florida that buys used golf clubs and then sells them online. Should sound familiar to you. I found John and Ashley and Stacked Golf after the birth of my second child. She would literally not sleep unless I was holding her and walking around the house with her, and I absolutely binged the ever-loving snot out of Stacked Golf during that period of my life. So I feel confident when I say I've seen almost every one of John and Ashley's videos, and I've followed them from selling on eBay to selling on Whatnot, and then now partnering with District.net to sell on their own marketplace, stackedgolf.com. And they have been so gracious in inviting me to sell with them on their marketplace. I'm one of about 17 to 20 sellers, depending on when this video drops, that have been accepted to sell on their marketplace. The fees are much lower than they are on eBay, and I have even sold my first item on their platform that has been listed on eBay since last August, and it only took a week to sell on stackedgolf.com. I want to thank John and Ashley for giving me the opportunity to sell with them. I am absolutely awe-inspired that they would approve me to sell on their marketplace. And if you want to check out stackedgolf.com, there is a $5 off code that I can offer you for your first time purchase there. It is LoanST46. I'll put it down in the description. I'm going to throw it up on the screen here too. And then coincidentally, this is the last video that you're going to have to suffer through with me having a blank white wall behind me. The office is our next project that is about to complete in our house, and hopefully by the next time that I post a video, I will have a much more appealing background to me. The whole reason that I got into selling golf clubs in the first place was just a side hustle to make extra money to afford playing the game of golf, and that has now expounded. My goals have also grown much bigger. I'm now saving up to put a golf simulator in our house to make it a golf simulator YouTube studio to continue growing this channel so that one day I can compare the golf clubs that I buy to the new stuff that is coming out to hit the markets for golfers everywhere. Jumping into my week, I started off at the UPS store as normal Monday afternoon, selling everything that sold on my eBay sale that I had last weekend. I had a Mez 1 Max putter that I sold, a Mizuno driving iron, and then also a Miura wedge that had been in my inventory for quite some time. The first stop of the week was this PGA Tour Superstore. Starting out in the putter section, I actually did come across something that I have sold before on eBay. It was this Cobra milled putter. This is a blade putter for only $34.99. I should be able to double up on this. The face is milled and in really great condition, so I'm going to pick that up. I didn't find anything else to sell at this PGA Tour Superstore. I was about to pick up a couple of these driving irons, but there just wasn't enough margin in the P790s, the Titleist U505, or the Mizuno Pro that are here on the shelf. Driving irons sell really well depending on the cost. They generally sell from about $120 to $150 on average, or at least that's my experience. My favorite stop of the week was this Play It Again Sports, and I did find a couple clubs in here. The first one, this is a first for me. This is a Wilson 8802. It's a little bit rusty, but in really great shape, and it even had the original Wilson grip on it for $34. I think I can easily double up on that. Then I found this Nike putter. This is something that took less than 24 hours to sell. This is the 003 model. It was in great shape and even had the original red Nike Method grip on it. It was in really great shape, and like I said, it already sold. This is actually my first time coming across this Nike iron set. I almost picked it up just so that I could hit it myself. It was in really great shape, but at $220, the comps just didn't make sense for eBay for me to pick this up today to resell. It was at this point that I realized that somebody had traded in their entire Nike bag. This Vapor and Sim 2 Max have been in here for quite a while. They were outside of my price point, but it was the first time that I saw the Nike SQ Mach Speed for $100. That's basically spot on for what it sells for on eBay, so I did have to pass on it, but it was really cool seeing this black Mach Speed in the Played Again Sports. As always, I had to check out the $5 section, and I did find two Adam's Idea Boxer hybrids, both for $4.99. I have them both actually on auction right now for $10 starting on stackedgolf.com. None of the Goodwills in my area really carry golf clubs. It is a policy that they have rolled out, I think, really across the FW. I have very, very bad luck finding any type of golf clubs at Goodwill, and the organization for the golf clubs in general leaves a lot to be desired. There's really nothing that I come across today of really note. There's an Palmer POS. I really don't know why they named it that. That seems like a really poor choice for that Arnold Palmer set. Not something that I would have named my golf set if I were coming out with 3 letters to put behind my golf brand. And finding golf clubs in here was quite literally a scavenger hunt. I found some more over here in the crutches accumulation area, and just nothing of note here that I wanted to pick up or even really share with y'all. I just thought it was absolutely eye-opening to share how some Goodwills organize all of their golf clubs. I also found some more stuck over here in the sporting goods area next to this shake weight, but there is absolutely not one golf club that had any value in this Goodwill today. Transitioning over to the month of March, it looks like I made a net profit of $1,169, which absolutely checks the box of making a minimum of $1,000 in profit per month. My 10th best sale of the month was this TaylorMade Stealth 2 staff bag. I bought this for $125.49 from a Played Again Sports. It did sell, but I'm sure as everyone can see, there was a return opened for this bag. The buyer messaged me and said that it was in much worse condition than they thought. There was just a couple of areas of wear from the cart bag being used on a cart, but they went ahead and submitted a return claim saying that they just did not want it. They did not open the return as an item not as described case. It cost $60.10 to ship because the buyer did not choose the item not as described section. They're paying for the shipping back, which is going to be quite expensive for them. I'm currently waiting for any tracking information on the bag to be uploaded or for the bag to turn up at my local UPS store where I have my PO box, so I will have to keep y'all informed on what the return saga for this stealth bag looks like. I did end up making $40.28 on this bag, but like I said, we'll have to see how the return plays out to let y'all know what the update is here moving forward. Number 9 is this Miura wedge that I bought for $135.30, and I have had this listed for quite some time. This is all the way from last July that I've had this out there. I sold this for $227. That's $212 plus shipping. That brings me a net return of $40.63. This is a very valuable wedge. I don't know if I would ever sink this much money into a used wedge moving forward, but I'm really happy that I accepted an offer on this and got it out this month. Number 8 is this Mizuno MPH4 Forged Hybrid 4-iron. This has a KBS Tour stiff shaft on this. I bought this as a set of 3 that was around $65, so the value associated to this club alone was $24.48. I sold this for $95.99. That's an offer of $80.99 plus $15 in shipping. My net return on this 1-iron was $41.52, which is an ROI of 170%. The next item sold was my first ever sale on stackedgolf.com. I bought this Michelob Ultra staff bag for $95 last August, and it's been sitting on eBay ever since. I did get a whole bunch of lowball offers, but nothing that I did accept. I did end up selling this on stackedgolf.com for $176.80. My cost to ship on this was $19.77, and my fees for the platform were only $19.93, which means my net return was $42.10 with an ROI of 44%. Something that is different on stackedgolf.com is that I get paid 2 days after the item is delivered, so it's not a real cash flow problem for me, but I'm used to the really fast payouts from eBay. It's just something that I'll have to navigate as I get used to cross-listing and selling on stackedgolf.com. Number 6 is this Bentonardi arm lock putter. I found this at a Golf Galaxy for $129.89. I sold this for $280. That's $265 plus $15 shipping, which brings me a really nice net return of $83.72 with an ROI of 64%. It's been a Bettinardi kind of month. I had this 60-degree Bettinardi wedge in my bag for quite some time, but I found myself using a 58-degree instead of a 60-degree lately, so I did decide to go ahead and sell this one so I can move on to different clubs and get more money to then invest into the business and buy more clubs. I sold this 60-degree wedge for $112. That's $97 plus $15 in shipping, which brings me a net return of $84.58 with a unlimited ROI, as I did not document what I originally bought this club for, so I have to eat it all as pure profit there. But at $84.58, that's the fourth best item that I sold this month. The next club that I found was this Paradigm AI Smoke Mini Driver. I bought this for $273.92 after I negotiated the price down at a Golf Galaxy. As you can see here, I did get hit with a shipping debit that was applied. I've gotten hit with probably 4 or 5 this month, and talking to eBay customer service, they've said that they're having trouble with chargebacks on golf clubs specifically right now. So I didn't dispute this one. I had a much more gross one, as we'll see as we go through the video, that was much more expensive and impactful for me. So I did eat the $2.49 here, which isn't a big deal. My net return was $90.89 with an ROI of 33% after selling it for $449 with free shipping. Next up was this Lab DF2 broomstick putter. I bought this one from the PGA store for $319.33. I almost kept this club. I feel like I am destined to use a broomstick putter for my own personal golf game, but I did decide to go ahead and flip this one. I sold it for $519.99, which was $499 plus $20 in shipping. My net return on this was $103.12 for an ROI of 32%. Lab Golf is hot right now. It's all over the PGA Tour. It's all over the influencer YouTube scene. I have a Lab putter myself right now, as we'll see as we go through the rest of the video, but this was an awesome club to find, a rare club to find, and I still don't understand why it was only priced at $319 at the PGA store. The number 2 item that I sold this month was this Bubba Watson Ping G20 pink driver, and I bought this for $125.97 at a Play It Again Sports, and I was absolutely flabbergasted that I found this limited edition driver in a Play It Again Sports, let alone for less than $150. I sold it very quickly on eBay for $320. That was $300 plus $20 in shipping for a net return of $113.59. I am so beat up that I didn't get to actually hit this driver for myself, but I was really excited that it sold so quickly, and I hope that I am lucky enough to come across another one of these in my golf club flipping journey. And my best flip of the month was this Lab Mez 1 Max Blue putter. This was my own personal putter that I bought about a year ago, but I did end up stumbling across a Lab DF3 putter for $275 that I absolutely fell in love with as I was hitting it in the PGA Tour Superstore. So I ended up listing this Mez 1 Max. I sold it for $390, which was $375 plus $15 in shipping, which means my net return here was $309.06. So it basically is a wash, give or take about $20 between the DF3 that I bought and this Mez 1 Max. The buyer was so excited to get his hands on this putter, and I told him it used to be my personal putter and that it was really an awesome putter that I was sad to see go. But I'm glad that it's on to a new owner that will really take care of it, and that I will get to try out the DF3 for a little bit. And I guess that's kind of the benefit of being a golf club reseller, is that you get to try out a whole bunch of different clubs and help people find clubs that they'll fall in love with as well. Just as an added bonus here, as promised, this was the shipping label debit that I got charged back from UPS. And this is the first kind of rash of chargebacks that I've experienced in 3 years from UPS. This has apparently been rampant, is what eBay has told me, that they've seen a significant amount of chargebacks for golf clubs specifically. I got charged $44 here. So I did dispute this. I'm hoping that eBay does get back with me to give me a credit on this. They generally, historically, will give you like 1 credit per month, because they said that this golf club weighed 40 pounds, which at most this weighed 3 pounds, which I put on the shipping label. So I should be getting this back to me, but this took this club specifically out of the top 10, and I hope no one else out there is experiencing the chargebacks from UPS like I did this month. All right, y'all, that is it for this week in this video. I hope all of you take a moment, if you made it this far, and go check out stackedgolf.com. There is so much for sale over there, from golf hats to golf clubs to bags, you name it. They got a ton of stuff over there. With all that being said, thanks for watching the video. I hope to see you next week, and until then, hit 'em straight.